we start with Orchos Tzaddikim, right? And we're on the gate of haughtiness. Very, very interesting topic. And we continue with the next paragraph, and it says, the haughty are despicable in the eyes of Hashem. As it is written, the abomination of Hashem are all who are haughty of heart. It says in Mishlei 16:5. And the haughty man is given into the hands of his evil inclination. He does not receive divine assistance, since he is the abomination of Hashem. And even if he does not elevate himself above any man in speech or deed, but only in his heart, so we're going to explain it, it's dangerous, right? It is still called abomination. For as it is written, abomination, the abomination of Hashem are all who are haughty, or haughty of heart. Even in his haughtiness, even if his haughtiness exists in his heart alone, he is called abomination. One second. I think. Okay, so let's review this part. I guess we can stop. He's called abomination. Okay. So it says, okay, the haughty are despicable in the eyes of Hashem, right? Because they, in some sense, as we said before, they like idol worshippers. So Hashem said, "Oh, it's you. It's whether you and me. It's you. Okay, so it's you. Okay, I'm out." The abomination of Hashem are also who are haughty of heart, right? All who are haughty of heart. So it's in Mishlei 16:5. And the haughty man is given into the hands of evil inclination and does not receive divine assistance, right? Since he is an abomination to Hashem. So it's a very interesting sentence. It says, haughty man is given to the hands of evil inclination. So even though evil inclination is after all of us, right? There is a person who is trying, as we said many times, he's going to be provided, he or she is going to be provided with divine assistance, right? Help to save that person from evil inclination, right? But a person who is haughty, he's not going to get this divine assistance, and without divine assistance, it's not so easy to say it mildly, to survive against evil inclination, right? And even if he does not elevate himself above any man in speech and deed, but only in his heart, he's still called abomination. So that's very dangerous, right? So if it's only like some people, like you see, by the way they walk, you see the arrogance, like it's coming from all over that person. But some people, they inside, like they would speak humbly, respectfully, but inside they're burning. They hate you so much, and I know these people like that. Right, I know people like that, and many times they're not good actors. You understand? Or they look at you, just look at from the look at their face, you can understand what they think about it, which is Baruch Hashem, right? So let's see. So but Hashem sees a person is considered to be abomination if he or she even haughty in their heart, meaning there is no external evidence, but only in the heart. So let's see. Commentary. He is called abomination aside from the fact that the haughtiness is abomination. So in this case, he is called abomination. It's very interesting. So many times before that, before this sentence, we were told that we have to separate sin from sinner, right? And then we said in the Chafetz Chaim, we said you can hate sin, but not the sinner. Right, so don't associate always this sin with the person who did it. Okay, but here it's so bad, it's so wrong, right? right? That the Torah says he's an abomination, not that has this right. He has this trait of haughtiness, that he's an abomination, which is right. He's and his character are one and the same, which is scary, as we understand. Aside from the fact that haughtiness is an abomination, it is a root and a springboard of the great evils, as well as being that which prevents person from reaching the spiritual perfection. Right. So again, this haughtiness is a root for a springboard for great evils. So people, because of this haughtiness, they would do many bad things. Right. Just to prove their point. Right. To just dominate other people. Okay, just get respect from other people, right? As will be as being that prevents person from reaching spiritual perfection. Well, back. Okay, Hashem draws himself away from the haughty, as Targum says in a pasuk. Hashem keeps the distance, at distance, all who is haughty of their heart. It's very interesting. So Hashem he stays away. So we also should do the same. We have to emulate Hashem. And if we have these character traits in ourselves, so we must know, right, do exactly as Hashem does. He distanced himself from the haughty, so we have to distance from this trait. Okay, 1 second. And it says Simalbim, who cites the gate of humility. Gate of humility, footnote 5. Gate of humility is the next chapter. Okay, so we start with the gate of haughtiness, and next one is gate of humility. Okay, and now like a deeper commentary or something. And it says, with this trait, perhaps more than most others, only a person himself knows his true intention. And although his action convey one message, his real feelings may be entirely different. Even audience rises. When the audience rises out of respect for someone who has walked into the room, and he waves his hand with a downward motion, right? As is to say, please don't rise for me. Only that person knows whether his heart, he's really waving his hand in an upwards motion, as to say, please rise for me. It is for this reason Shlomo HaMelech refers to such a person is Rabbi Lev, right, haughty of heart. His action means very little. Only the emotions of his heart tell the truth of his character. And okay, so let's do this commentary again, and we're going to explain. So this is actually the topic. Today I had another class. We had Mislas Yesharim there. Very end. Very end. We started 25th chapter. Altogether is 26. We started 25th chapter, and we said that Hashem, and it is the topic is how to achieve this this character trait of fear of sin. And Ramchal said when you have to understand, you have to contemplate on the thing that Hashem sees everything of what is going on in your heart. Your actions, yes, that's needless to say. But even if your intention, right, deep in the heart. So meaning that a person must understand there is nowhere to go, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. So we have to have a pure intention and pure deeds. Okay, so let's do it again, and we're going to explain more. With this trait, perhaps the most of the others, only the person himself know the true intention, because this haughtiness, as we said, a person wants attention. He wants respect, so he would do charitable acts. feed the poor, give something to kids or something, like in public, or donate, and it looks like charitable, very, very charitable. Without him, this would not be possible. On one hand, but in his heart, why did he do it? Because he had a pity on his kids, on the poor people, or something else, or he wanted his name to be famous, and maybe other people see him like he's a good person, and start doing business with him. So he's a real estate broker or something. So now, like this guy, he's for l'shem shamayim, he's a God-fearing person. Sure, I have to do the business with him. You understand? So it was only like investment into advertisement. So only Hashem knows what is inside. So outward action does not always give you the full picture. Okay, and although his action convey one message, his real feelings may be entirely different. Okay, when the audience rises, with this, out of respect with someone who has walked into the room, and he waves with downward motion and says, "Please don't rise for me." Right? It's only he knows. Yes, he comes into the room. He's a very important person. Community leader or a rabbi of some kind of, and he came just on time, or meaning even 15 minutes late or something, because he was busy with appointments, this and that. He was, and he comes, everybody rise, and he's, no, sit down, please don't rise for me, right? What does it mean? I'm very glad that you rise, and please, of course you should stand for me. You understand? So only he himself in his heart knows. Very interesting. Please don't rise for me. Only that person knows whether in his heart he's really waving his hand upwards motion, right? So you said, right, so maybe it's down, but maybe this is the right motion, meaning that you have to rise. All of them that did not rise. Please rise for me, right? It is for this reason Shlomo HaMelech refers to such a person, Gva haughty of heart, right? Meaning, only in heart. His action means very little. Only in the motions of his heart tell the truth of the character. Okay, so, which is very insightful commentary. And it says, as it is written, the abomination of Hashem, all who are haughty of heart. Even the haughtiness exists. Even if the haughtiness exists in the heart alone, he is called abomination. So meaning abomination in front of Hashem. Not other people do not even know. Right? But as our sages say, everything that people try to hide, it's only a matter of time. Everybody would know. Okay, so we stop here. Very nice book.